new shot launch steel tip action on the 4th generation Bandit board, adding the one-piece flight deck system to all steel tip barrels as well. I'll be throwing 23-gram weight everything, starting with the Celt Tornos, followed by Roman Empire Juno, and finally the Celt Balor dart. God, I love the steel tip version even more. It's longer and more torpedo-y than the soft tip. We've got a straight barrel now with evenly distributed weight. I'm going to use that King Crown milling as my grip reference. Shot calls that gnarly rear section vessel grip, I believe. It's unmatched by anything I've felt before, honestly. 83 scored. Next up, we've got the Celt Balor bomber dart. This is the hardest changeup for me because it's front weighted, so that means I have to hold in the max diameter. Yeah, good pick. Oh my gosh, guys. New darts, new Bandit dartboard, and new flight deck colors. Go ham.
Well, welcome back to DPFL Darts Season 12. My name is Nick Teixeira, joined by Steve McDowell here on the mic for a Premier League matchup of Stephen Krikorian and Christian Andrews. Steve, it's a pleasure to be back on the mic with you. It's been a little bit since we've been on.
Yeah, you're back. That's good. You're back. It's about time. Probably
take that, Will Stewart.
Yeah.
Do you call moving across the country a vacation?
Take off in a third, 66.
He ain't working. He ain't getting paid for it.
Yeah, fair enough. No, we're excited. This should be a great matchup here. Going back to our round robin play, you and I haven't been on the mic since the end of the last season there, so it's really cool to see these players back at it and see what stories get told this season.
Yeah, that's this season. You know what? We're about halfway through now, almost getting. I think, because I'm 2-2. There, I just got destroyed last night. So I mean, halfway through again. So these guys are probably still in good form, and it seems like the nightly events that we got going on. There's more and more participation because the live events coming up. So I think more people are wanting to start practicing more.
Yeah, a little pre-tournament tune-up is definitely necessary, especially if you're going to the live event or really just anywhere in Florida during that month. It's just an insane time to be a darts player in that region.
Yeah, if you're looking, whether you're playing the soft tip, you got the ESPN, and then you have the bull shooter now all of a sudden thrown in the mix, which has that new weird format. But all the steel tip you want to throw with the 88, the ADO, and the DPFL.
Yeah, well, and then even smaller things like the Steel Tip State at the end of the month, right? Isn't that going on around that time too? And the weekend before, there's Music City over there, not too far away.
Yeah, the Florida States is afterwards. I still don't understand the Florida State tournament, but I mean it's an expensive tournament to go to.
I played the fifth on that tournament.
Zero return. I don't understand it, but I mean I played in it like 3 times, and I just didn't understand every time I went, except one time just to get drunk. But other than that, I don't really understand this.
We here at USA Darts support all tournaments. Not all tournaments are created equal, but we support them all.
Well, I guess it's not equal, that's for sure, that thing. But no, it's a solid month of steel tip or soft tip wherever you plan on going. It's just it's just a weird time that all of a sudden all these darts hit at one time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even also the other thing at the start of the month, too, that's going on for some of these premier level players. Like I was just talking with Stephen Krikorian here, and he's going to be at the start of that month. There's also the CDC event over there in Indy. So CDC Indy, there's a lot of darts going on. Summer used to always be the off season of darts, right? It was always a winter sport, summer, people are outside doing stuff, whatever. That's not really been the case anymore. Just darts feels like a year round activity nowadays.
Well, more important, people are getting involved
93.
in running tournaments, and there's less and less availability in the schedule to actually stick one in here. And once you get a slot, like we now have basically the third week in August. Once you have that slot, it's like sort of like yours forever. So you gotta make sure you maintain, because as soon as you miss a weekend, someone's going to take it from you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more there. As now
62.
Christian Andrews 41 for the first leg on the board. 9-16. Heading over.
Second.
Nails it.
Nice job.
That's not a Steve McDowell double. That was nice and efficient.
That is way too easy for someone to do that. Mine miss quite frequently.
That's okay.
I
Mine
practice
too
doubles, but
nowadays.
that's too much work.
Yeah, I finally got my steel tip board up at the new apartment here, and I've been throwing on the side. And I was like, man, it's like riding a bike if the bike kept changing its wheels every 5 seconds, because I can't throw it straight to save my life.
It's so weird. Like when I play soft tip, I'll show up like an hour ahead of time and throw 10 million darts. But I won't throw 10 million darts of steel tip before a match. I'll throw like 15. All right, let's go. Hey, you diddle up. Let's go. And then I lose, and I go, man, that was bad. And you wonder why. Well, you didn't practice at all.
I was gonna say it might help your 1 in 23
25.
doubles there if you just warm up a little bit.
I mean, they were close.
See, with soft tip, I do the same thing, a similar thing of like warming up beforehand for soft tip, but soft tip, I don't care about how my darts lie on the board. Steel tip, I do. That's why with steel tip, I need way more warm up time, because I have to make sure my darts are going in at the right angle, so that way I can use them as marker darts effectively.
If I ever start DPFL soft tip, I promise you
46.
every league will have double out. There'll be
Oh,
no
yeah?
such thing as fat out. There was no fat out in DPFL soft tip darts if that ever comes to tuition.
I always
back
love
in
all
the
the
day-
millions of projects you hint at on the table there.
Well, back in the day when you played league, I played league 20 years ago. Everything had split pull and double out or master out. Some of the
66.
now everything is all about speed play, just taking it all out. Fat bull, fat this. Don't matter what your level is. You get any better if you're just throwing fat bulls all day long. You're not. That's toilet. Just split the bull or something and play that. And instead, it's just they
133.
just want you to play the fat
Thanks.
damn game out.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I wish I could argue more. But no, that's spot on how I feel about it too.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why they don't split it up a little. They should.
Oh yeah. No, I have to agree there. You need to have a little bit of a change up, a little bit of a mix up. As by the way, 180 left there for Steven. He's pretty well in front here of Christian Andrews in this one. The tail of the tape, these guys are in Group A of the Premier Division. We're 4 matches into the season, and Christian has not gotten his first win. It's a tough group. I mean, anything with Premier Division is going to be insanely tough as nails. Steven there only has 1 win. These guys are 10th and 11th in their group. They're going to have to start a win streak here. Steven, if he gets a win today, could potentially set him up on a run to get back into the mix here, as it would jump him potentially up all the way to 6 in his group. Christian's going to have a little bit of a harder campaign here to try to get back into the mix.
Well, again, I'm sure it's the mind play as well. Christian, it's each night you go ahead and then you're playing premier guys, and there's no breaks. There's just no breaks. I mean, it's the next guy up is not giving you a break. So if you think I got an easy one, no, it ain't coming. Not in premier. It's not coming. You're gonna have to put the time in to play that division, and that's that. But that's what that division is for. That's for that. That's for CDC guys. That's for PDC guys. That's for guys who you're tuning your game up for the best. You're not tuning up for 9 other Steve McDowell's playing against you.
That's the truth right there. Is double 12 for Steven. Needs to go for that first leg. Doesn't have to go right this second, as he pulls that second one well inside. We can say that these are premier guys. We can judge the dart placement. It looks like he was going for 4 to leave double 4 instead of actually going for the double 6. Ended up hitting a bust on the 18. Probably a better case scenario there to bust.
He's got plenty of time.
90.
You would think that I would have learned that lesson last night. They only had one win in the one game. Well, I was up one game. I mean, he was still like at 290, and I'm going for the double. I lost.
Well, it's easy to go on those chasing doubles, man. I get it.
Third dart?
I threw like
There you go.
6
Good job.
darts at the double
Thank you.
5. You think I just throw a 2 double 4 or something? Nah, keep going for it.
Yeah, you know what though? I respect your perseverance there, Steve.
Yeah, no, it's way to lose a game. I mean, I absolutely killed it.
You
Run right
lost
down the
it, but
board.
you held your pride the whole time, didn't you?
I refuse to give in.
Well, if you guys think that you can take a shot at DPFL, go to dpfldarts.com to find out more information, or follow DPFL Darts over on Facebook. If you're thinking, man, I could win this group, well, guess what? The man that beat Stephen Bunting, Jason Brandon, plays in this group, by the way. So really cool to see our North American players have a good performance with him and Danny Lobby over there in Madison Square Garden. Definitely my favorite event of the year to watch as a fan, I should say.
Yeah, no, it's we're starting to get some good commitments too, Nick, for the live event.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of good players that are good. Yeah, I just heard today Danny Lobby will be in attendance. Matt Campbell.
Danny Lobby 6-0'd Rob Cross. By the way, the first time that's ever happened in the U.S. Or in the World Series that they do, or a PDC player has never gotten whitewashed.
Well, we really didn't usually beat any of them. That's why I'm going to support the CDC and help them guys. So I'm going to help them by providing them this Premier League and getting these guys involved so they can continue to play one another. So build up the Premier League, build up the money for them guys playing league in the Premier League, and then this way they have a chance to down the road. Maybe we can start something for Steel Tip Darts Professional League, like we got
21.
over, across the pond there.
I love that. I love, I got to say, one of my favorite things about the direction you've been taking DPFL in is looking at the partnerships that have started to really build up here. I mean, partnering with ADO, getting the sanctioning there for that, and partnering now and trying to work with the CDC and these different organizations. I mean, that's also what makes the difference here, is being unified in our efforts to increase North American darts and darts in general, as of course we have international players in this circuit.
83.
Yeah, no, I think by us continuing to do the leveled play, which I believe is necessary, right? There's no way, even again, I'm not knocking bullshooter, but when you have pro and non-pro, that's a big spread there. You know what I mean, between pro and non-pro. So the level play, I think, is the way it's going. I think bullshitter went to the level play, which I think is good too, because it does help. They'll figure their own way out eventually on that thing there. But us with the steel tip for sure, because steel tip is we talked about it last night, and steel tip is where it should be. Steel tip should be on TV, and we're going to do everything we can to get our chance at the ESPN just like that, and put some of our big live events on there, even if it's just a 30-minute show finals or something of the sort, where they come in and tape it just like they do for you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, and again, for context for people listening along, I do work officially with Bullshooter, but I'm not speaking officially right now on their behalf. So whatever I say, sorry, Bullshooter, I didn't mean it. But no, I think we're doing some fun stuff there, like you said, with leveled play changes. I think that there's a clear direction to help define these groups a little bit better. Because you're right, the difference between pro and non-pro was miles apart, and being a non-pro, you felt like a lot of times you were just stuck with people that just didn't happen to have that pro status yet. I love what DPFL does. I mean, I don't know another program that offers as many money and opportunities as you guys do to people under the 65 average. Like, that is something that just doesn't. I love the incentivizing top level play, don't get me wrong, but I also love the fact that you're cultivating a dart culture by making it possible to make good money from any level.
Yeah, and I'm not a prize to someone that go in.
Third dart. Oh, nice
Oh,
shot.
Oh, he
oh,
went double.
130 little fish reeled in and a leg stolen. My goodness.
You gotta love those double pull wins, man. They are cool to see.
That's my that's my favorite or one of my favorite checkouts, I should say. My favorite checkout's 132, but 130, man. That's a feel good pop at this point to break throw to get control of the next. This is going to be a good moment here for Krikorian.
Yeah, anytime you can close it out with trip, single, double pull, that's your confidence goes a little way up for sure.
60.
For sure.
Absolutely. It also demoralizes the other guy a little bit. Like, man, I just had a couple darts miss a double, and then this guy pops a ton plus, has the darts in the next leg. It's the stepping stone that can really start to dictate, because darts, and we talk about how 5-1's a sprint to the finish line, and it is. It's more about you against the board than you against your opponent, but there is some inter-opponent play. Stealing a big leg like that, putting extra pressure to make someone feel like they have to take out those shots now, those are things that cascade and build up over time.
Yeah, the gentleman did that to me last night, and I used that term lightly. He took a double bull out on me, and I went up to the board, and I'm like, oh shit, he just took it out with a double bull on. So I let him know what a great shot it was, and then I took my turn. But yes, it's demoralizing to lose by a double bull. I'm not gonna lie, because you're thinking you got a shot.
And we got our first 180. So Christian not going to get demoralized at all after we kind of built that angle up. He's like, nah, I'm just going to keep popping away here. We'll say shout out to a couple of people got in here. Travis Franklin saying, who was commentating? That's the one, the only, the Stephen McDowell, Sultry Tones embodied. And of course, Nick Teixeira here. And then Jacob Worley saying, nice shot, Stephen. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in, boys, and everyone else across all of our different platforms.
Well, these are the guys. I mean, these are the premier. This is what this is how they play. So I mean, I it should make me practice more, and I see these when we do these premier things on a Tuesday night, because steel tip to me is so challenging. I enjoy it way more than soft tip. It's just about throwing. So I can't wait for our leagues, the express leagues, to come on, because I know I'm playing express leagues. End of story. I'm playing express leagues because I need to play more often. And since I'm not a big practice guy, if I've got an 8:30 Monday night match in the express league, that'll just help me play. And you'll instantly get better when you play twice, 3 times a week for sure. It's easy peasy.
I didn't get in season 12 after I want to say to everybody, I thoroughly enjoyed my experience in season 11. I really did. But with my move and knowing that I was going to be out of town for multiple weeks, I was like, yeah, I don't know. But now with Express Leagues launching, I'm getting right back into the mix. I know for a fact that the pick up and go aspect is going to be something really exciting. As Roy Walls says, need to get back into playing DPFL. Was a lot of fun. It still is. It's even more fun than ever. Make sure to get it back in there. As Steve was saying, these Express Leagues coming up, that's something special that they're cooking up over there. I love it.
Well, the cool part too is coming in. So it'll be like an October 1st start date. It'll be the season 13, and we're going to have a Halloween themed season 13. Everything going on. That'll be like I said, an October 1st start date, which we will be taking signups at the live event 46. For season 13. So it'll be a kind of a cool thing going on. So we're going to try to impose all that in the season 13. But I think. With everything that we got going on, we're gonna dial back a little of the nightly events. We'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I think the guys have got it figured out. Scott Hunish and Johnny Nolan and Alan Palmer, they've got it figured out. We're going to be doing double up on some things, and then Tuesday, Thursday, we're doing some more streams. Bring back the raffles. Talking about it more often. So a lot of things will be going on in the fall. So it's really cool.
92.
And here, Tyler Nelson asking, what's the Express Leagues? Question mark. Steve, give us an elevator pitch. Give us the elevator rundown of
okay, so what the Express Leagues are going to be are Monday through Friday.
Miss.
There will be Express Leagues 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30. And what they will consist of, it will be 8 person per league. So as you sign up in a league at 6:30 and 8:30, it's 501, double out. At 7:30 every night of the week, it's cricket. So you have the opportunity to play cricket. Everything will go by your 0-1 score. So if you're a 57, you will be playing level 2, and you decide to play cricket, you will play a 7:30, but it'll be so if you sign up on Monday night, every Monday night, your 8 people will play Monday at 7:30. You'll play your crickets, and you'll play 7 weeks. It's going to be $49, and so basically $7 a week. And then what happens is after 7 weeks, you've played everybody in your group. The top 4 get paid, the bottom 4 don't get paid. It's that simple. And you can play as many as you want. So you could play in a 6:30, 501, or you could play in let's say an 8:30 Monday night. You could play in actually 201s. You could play a 6:30 and an 8:30 on Monday night. I wouldn't suggest playing cricket at 01 back to back, but you could do but that means you could play a Monday at 6:30, a Tuesday at 8:30, a Wednesday at 7:30, and you're just playing leagues. Instead of traveling and all that stuff, you can play more leagues at home. Because I don't know about you, how you are when you play season 11. I could possibly, and I shouldn't admit this since I own the damn company, I'm the worst at scheduling my matches when I have a week to do it. I'm positively the worst. I apologize to the guy last night. I was supposed to play him last week. My ass is sitting around on the couch doing absolutely nothing. I could have played him 15 times last week. And instead of what I play him on the Monday after the week I'm supposed to play him. So it's just brutal. So I apologize 37,000 times, and then he proceeds to whoop me 9-1. Maybe he was a little pissed off. I don't know. But anyway, I'd rather have a Wednesday at 8:30 is my match. And then I know every Wednesday I've got to be at the board to play my match. So some people like the comfort of picking their day, and then some people like structure. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably a structure guy that would get me to the board on time more often. But that's what the express leagues are. That's all they are. They will have a point value. There's a new point system coming to DPFL October 1st as well. That'll start the new point system for the whole year, which will culminate something in the live event at the DPFL Live 5. So the express leagues will get you points and stuff of that sort. But it's really just a way to keep toning your game. But remember, same thing in that. So let's say there's Premier 1, 2, 3, 4 for these express leagues. If you're a level 2, you can sign in level 1 or in Premier. You can sign in any one you want. Remember, you can always play up, cost the same amount of money. You just can't play down. And all it really is to keep you playing steel tip darts, keep you practicing in a league so that you can play the big season, because that's where the money is. Because remember, Nick, last season, what was the level 3 and level 2 guys? What did they make? Like $1,800 for first place. I mean, that was crazy. Those guys made great money for winning level 3rd. That's a great shot right there.
Hold on a second.
Nice.
What a big check. There's so many things I want to say real quick. First off, 157, amazing checkout. Previously, Christian absolutely kind of blew it on the doubles there. Steven punishes. It's a good way to get himself back in. Second, that was the longest elevator pitch I ever goddamn heard in my life, Steve McDowell.
Don't give me a chance to talk. Shit, you're the one who said talk about it.
Give me a quick elevator pitch. And then you went through and said, let me read from top to bottom the entirety of everything.
There is zero chance Steve McDowell does a quick pitch on anything. Let's just get that straight. It's called a microphone, Nick. It's a microphone, and me and a microphone love one another.
I can see that. Tyler Nelson asking a great follow-up question to the Express Leagues. So you need to commit to the same day of the week for 7 weeks, so it would be like 7 Mondays in a row or 7 Tuesdays in a row. Does it have to be the same day, same time?
Correct. I mean, unless you have an excuse and you can plan it with your guys. No different like if you're playing in their league. Hey, man, it's my kid's birthday on Monday. You think you can shoot it Tuesday? Yes. You can always, as long as you have pre-arranged it and someone at DPFL knows you have arranged that, and there'll be an admin with all these express leagues. So the admin needs to know that you have changed your start time from, Monday, let's say, to Wednesday. That's all. But we would like you to play it in the same week for sure. But we don't want it to be a regular thing. So you miss 1 or 2 tops, but you got to play it in that week. But you try to make it so that you get it. And we will have a bye week at the end. So if you don't play it, the very end, the 8th week is what we would do is make it available to those who didn't get their matches in.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. And yeah, I definitely plan on getting into those. And when do those launch one more time?
That'll be October 1st. So everything
Love it.
starts with season 13. Everything goes to season 13, October 1st. Again, Scott Hanisch is pretty cool at doing these designs. We're going to have some badass Halloween jerseys right up from the get-go. So we'll start putting them on. The DPFL store will be coming up live here right around the live event, which that store will be coming up. So we're going to try to get these season 13 jerseys created now. So those who want to play, get it early and have it for the whole 13. We're going to do that as well. Get them out a little quicker.
Well, there you go. That hopefully answers. And sounds like Tyler Nelson saying he's down. So it looks like you just sold one customer at least while you put the other half to sleep with your long elevator pit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow. It's Fast and Furious, Nick.
100.
Which one? Like 1, 2, 27? They made a lot of those movies. They're very different.
No, man. When you're pitching people, ooh. Double 10.
Oh, I think it's inside.
Blocker. The blocker.
Score?
Yeah, well, it's not blocker. He has to switch off that. So
He just went out.
yeah,
He
I don't
didn't go for the 5. I don't think so.
That's probably the wiser of the decisions they're considering. Christian at 177, even though he took out a 157, he can't take out a 177.
No. A little too much.
Double top once again. Hug the wire. Had a good look.
Oh, wow.
And then pulls inside. So that's unfortunate. Now he's going to have to clean this up a little bit. Single 3. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Brian Lamo, Jason in the chat here, Alan Palmer, Roy Walls once again. We got Vicky in here, Tyler, Sugar Bear. Appreciate all you guys watching along and having a time with us. Another big check out from Christian Andrews.
You gotta be kidding me. He
We've seen
gives it right back.
We've seen a 130 over there from Steven. We've seen a 157 and an 86 right there. That was beautiful finishing here from Christian.
Man. That was dead nuts in the middle of the bull, too.
22.
Probably a little excited from that double bull.
Yeah, I would take maybe an extra couple of moments before throwing my first 3 there, but you know this is looking interesting because again, Krikorian here has a lot to gain with one match win, even though he's near the bottom of the table. A win tonight would help him have a campaign to get back into the top half of his group. Christian definitely needs tonight with no wins after 4 matches, so for him to kind of rally and keep this close after an early separation, good for him to see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you got to keep motoring through it. I mean, even if you're off to a bad start, you just got to keep pushing through. Then sometimes you get to play spoiler or something, but your darts always got to keep getting better. Darts, for the love of God, I think I'm going to throw all these darts out of my room and just put one set in there because by the time I get done, I've switched flights 5 times, switched my barrels.
Oh, did I lose you there? I think I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, you lost me there for a second. I don't know what happened there.
You spent all your money on darts, flights, and barrels. You didn't spend any on internet.
Well, it's not that I didn't spend any on lessons either, for God's sakes. But I got a lot of crap.
Imagine hosting the premier dart coaching sessions of the Nubis Academy, and I still desperately want to see you and Alex live stream your coaching session. I would pay pay-per-view type ticket prices to watch that interaction of you arguing with a certified professional when he tries to coach you.
You normally need a 6-second delay. You might want to triple that. There's no chance I go through a dart session and don't curse beyond belief. So I mean, not happening. Another $180.
That's another $180. That was a pretty one. You can't stack it much prettier than that as he gets all the way down to 53. Steven here gonna have to clean up 100 to leave 122. Gets him in range of a 1 treble checkout. He's going to do a little better than that, I believe.
180, 140.
Oh, 140. That looks like it could have been more.
That was one out on top.
Two at a double. This is where the struggles have lied for Christian in moments like this. He's done great with a ton plus, but there cleans up 53.
Nice job. Nice finish.
This is all of a sudden shifting from that 3-1 to 4-3. You know, as you put it, it's about those runs, man. And that's what we're seeing right now. Christian's getting on one.
Their averages are a little low for Premier, so they're struggling both a little bit. So I mean, you would think these would be upper in the 70s at least, if not higher. I think that's why I believe once we get these little quicker express leagues going on, you watch how many more of these Premier guys playing those things because they'll keep their darts going. Where else can they play? I mean, this is only once a week for them guys as well. No, it's just practice time. I think it really benefits those guys to get in some more of the tough leagues. And when you play in those tough leagues, those express leagues, plus a DPFL league, whatever local tournament you go to, or if you go to like you said, Nick, a Music City or some of the sort, I believe that's where you're going to see the difference when you go play, because the competition you're going to play there ain't going to be what you're playing here.
85.
And you're going to feel more confident, you're going to play better, and you're going to just say, yep, that's what it is. So that's why when I was speaking with the CDC last night, I was convincing them as well. Get these guys into this Premier League. Push these CDC guys, get them in here. Let these guys play against each other. Make North American darts better. Not just DPFL darts. Make North American darts better. That's what
absolutely. You want. Absolutely. You got me fully on board there. Because it's greatness pushing greatness, right? It's getting all the same people to each other. Why is Europe so good at darts? Is it because of the head start? No. The reason they're so good at darts is because they can do international circuits so close together because of the location. And if there wasn't a giant ocean in the middle, we would be just as much, if not a bigger powerhouse.
Like I said, you want to play better darts, play better people. I mean, Will's going to find out in reunion. If you want to be a better golfer, play with Steve McDowell. I mean, that's how that works. So that's how we'll go with that.
Can't wait to see that. I just want to witness. I know I'm not the golfer of the group. I can know my role. I might claim to be a better dart player than the both of you, but I can't claim to be a better golfer. I'm just going to sit there and heckle.
Can Will drink beer?
He's not very good at drink. Yes, he can drink beer.
But can he drink a beer whole?
Like a beer whole? No chance. No chance.
60.
No chance. He's making it a beer a whole. Hey, someone tag Will Stewart and ask him, can you make it a beer a whole, and give him no context, please. It's very important. Mark Robinson, Express League start October 1st as part of Season 13's launch. So you'll be getting those soon enough, my friend. I can't wait for it. Can it be October 1st already?
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Mark Robinson. Well, that's probably Mark Robinson Jr.
$100.
He's throwing good darts. I mean, it doesn't seem like he'd be in last place. He's playing very well.
This is where Christian kind of thrives, right? If this doesn't go for Steven, as he's now pushed to 888, these ton plus save the leg opportunities have been huge for him. So I'm putting $1 here that 110 goes.
I'll take the dollar.
Can't go with that. That's a bad bet for Nick Teixeira. He goes, it's Mark Robinson Sr. in the chat, by the way. He clarified.
Oh, shit. Oh, well, good. So, come on. Oh, jeez.
4.
This is the inverse from earlier, where we saw Christian struggling and Steven getting back in the legs. Do we see trip 14? No, he went bull for double 16. I love the attempt. Doing a little bit of cleanup now, though. Unfortunately, just going to be a no-go on this one.
Mercy.
I got 32, 38.
42 left. Double 2 needed here. Steven needs this to stop the bleed, stop the rot.
First start.
Gets
winner.
it.
Thank you.
They're
Winner.
both 1/3 the
I
way
don't
there to a win.
Sad to say, I've hit a lot of double twos in my life, and it's not a good place to be if you're hitting double twos. I'm not going to lie. There's no one says, hey, I'll leave double two as my first out. So that's usually me being there after 12 other numbers I had a shot at. So I'm in Myrtle Beach, and we're playing a golf course. And I'm with Mark Robinson, Sr. And we're playing this course. Oh,
45.
my God. Now I got to think of them. Anyway. They just redid the greens. So if you ever played on a course where you just hit the greens, they're hard as a rock. So we're playing 9 holes. We get to 9th hole. Beer girl never comes around. And I'm livid. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Where's the beer girl? We're going nuts. Haven't drank a beer yet. And here comes the cart girl right around the corner. And I said, Mark, if that lady is any type of rude to us, we're out of here. So, of course, I said something else. But anyway, as soon as we come around the corner, she was rude. We went right by her and we go to the cart house. We go inside. we got to go to 10. So we get off at 9. We go to the bar, and I go, I'll take 18 beers. He goes, what? I said 18 beers.
16.
I said 18. So guys, you want 18 beers? I said, yeah. We got 9 holes left. He goes, you got 9 holes. You need 18 beers. I said, I'm drinking a beer hole. So me and Mark decide we're going to drink a beer hole. So we get to 10 on the tee, slam the beer, play the hole. We drink a beer every hole all the way till we get to 18. Hammered, absolutely hammered, and I shot like 10 shots better on the side I drank all the beer than on the side I had no beer. So it can be done. We did get cited by the cart guy like 1,000 times because we had the music. We had Ozzy Osbourne blaring in the fairways as loud as our box could go. Listen to music, golfing,
85.
just absolutely hammered drunk. So yes, Will Stewart, we can play beer hole and then play the golf course. It is capable of being done.
There's no chance that Will could do this. Will can do a lot of things. He's a talented producer. He's a great commentator. He's a good friend. But he cannot drink a beer hole. I'll die on this hill.
Well, we only got to do it for 9. We ain't got to do it for 18. I get that part. I mean, I could do 18, but I think we can just do 9.
22.
We'll do the back 9.
That's amazing. Mark Robinson confirms, true story, we both played better on the back 9.
Yes, we were absolutely schnockered, and we played way better. I guess because we didn't care about the greens, weren't holding the ball. I mean, yeah, you got to know more a little bit about golf, but you'd hit the green in the middle of the green, it would bounce off like it was a rock, and I'm like, I hate this course. So, but man, what a good time that was after that.
I love it. Looking
30.
here, 30 is a bit of a misstep there for Christian, as it doesn't pressure the 121 to feel like it has to go. Not going to be forced to take the bull if he doesn't want to, and not going to be able to now. Sitting at 106. Might be in the trip. No, not in the trip.
53.
Oh, I didn't see the other one.
It was a sneaky dart back there, but we've seen this episode before. Oh, you almost expected him to take a 148 with his checkout finishing we've seen.
Yeah, he put some pressure on him, though.
Yeah, 68's no gimme by any means. You're probably only getting 1 dart a double, and that will be the case here. 48 now leaving double 16. And he pushes it high, follows that dart into the exact same spot. This is a moment here again for Christian Andrews.
Yeah, that was not ideal.
Oh,
16 scored.
well, you can't say you took a bad attempt at it.
No, I mean,
Did
still
you
didn't win though.
You weren't at the U.S. Masters, right?
I did not.
Yours-
We had Alan Palmer there, and there's a winner. Johnny Nolan were there. They had a good time. They had a bunch of pictures, which was good. So,
yeah, I knew some of the admins were going out there. I'm surprised you didn't go, just because it is probably one of my favorite experiences I've done as a dart fan, to go out there to that event.
no, if you remember, that's my wife has a candid ability to screw any type of fun I would have by myself and plans trips. So we had a trip already planned, so I had no ability to go.
28. Sorry.
Well, I would put it on your radar for this next year because, I was gutted I couldn't make it this year. I haven't been in the last couple. I went there the first year they were in New York City, but I just vividly remember that energy, that fun. It was palpable, and to have all these great talents, being able to see the PDC guys play it's so cool when you see the PDC guys partner up with the New York Jets. Who cares about the New York Jets? But to partner up with NFL football players to actually play darts is really cool.
Yeah, no. Next year the guys are talking to me getting something about there's a table. There's an area to get a table or something. So they want to see if we can get that for DPFL. So I will do that.
As long as you're not the USA Darts table, that's fine.
Good answer.
What's the matter? You can't drink some beer?
No, I don't know if I can handle your having fun in a rowdy auditorium. I just don't know if I can keep up, but it might change my reputation of how I present myself publicly going forward.
Thank you.
I'm working on my squeaky clean image over here, Steve.
Me and my brother did a 250 beer challenge once in Myrtle Beach for a golf trip.
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
76.
Well, we went on Facebook and we did a challenge, 250 beers. We got there on a Friday evening, and we were leaving on Tuesday. So we had people, even in the group of the golfers, bet that me and him couldn't drink 250 beers,
60.
of which we had completed the challenge by Monday at noon. So that we were.
Did you have to go buy more?
We were well ahead. Well, we already hit the challenge, so we looked at each other. What do we do besides hammered? We're like, okay, we'll just
66.
didn't have to worry about it. But it's the hardest part is continuing to count every time you drink so many.
That's oh man, you are an icon, a gentleman, and a scholar. When I hear these things, man, that's incredible.
Well, when golfing, I can drink some beer. The same when I go to Bucks games, I can drink some beer.
95.
But I play darts. I like to drink beer. I think maybe that's it, Nick. I mean, at home, I play at home, so I don't drink at home. Maybe I suck at home because I don't drink.
Honestly, that is definitely a partial factor to some extent. As you reminded me of a story I wanted to tell relating to drinking at home and playing darts. But first, Steven sent a 98. See if he's going to be able to take it. Now sitting at 83, 51 for 32. Doesn't get it, goes high. Good correction. We'll see 83 as the attempt here for Christian.
Wow, did I just draw a blank? 42.
And also Steve with a moment of honesty there. That I've been there. Oh, but there's the 51. Can he get the 32? A little outside.
Third dart.
There, another great checkout from Christian Andrews, man.
Yeah.
So
he's got good checkouts tonight. It's kind of amazing,
Oh no, you can't teach clutch. I'll say that every single time. And right now, Christian's living there.
That.
Yeah,
you have to be able to take that out. And then I think Steve Krikorian actually knows that. If he doesn't get it, he's got a good chance of not winning that game.
So you reminded me when you were telling that story earlier of you sitting on the couch having to apologize, running late, and that guy beat you 9-1. When my first match of season 11, I won't out the player's name, but we had a time scheduled. I'm not kidding you, Steve. This guy showed up 2 hours late. Right. And to be fair, he kept saying I'm 5 minutes away. He kept doing like one of those. But I'm not the type to ever forfeit anybody. I wanted to play. Right. It was my first match of the season. I wanted to get a taste for it, but I was nervous. It's my first match of the season. So, I never drink at home. I had a little drink. The problem is when someone's running 2 hours late, you keep sipping.
84.
And I was sipping. By the time this man showed up to play, I was slobber knockered and no mercy. I played my best match of the season right there, and I did not miss very much and ended up getting that win. So I had the opposite experience that you had the other day.
Hey, Nick, I always wonder this, and I don't know the answer. No one's ever told me the answer, right? So I don't know. So when those guys in the PDC play, when they go back in the green room, is there alcohol back there?
I legally am not allowed to answer this question.
Well, if someone on the stream could tell me, is there alcohol? Do they go back there and have a drink? Or, I mean, is that just, I know they drink water on stage. I get that. But I don't know if that's If there's alcohol back there or not, I don't know, because you never see any of them, get up there and they're wobbling. So you just think it taking the edge off.
We here at USA Darts, with our relation with the PDC, would never want to violate our relationship with these players and know that they keep the standard code of conduct to the utmost of integrity. That's my answer.
Well, that's a pretty good one.
The Dart Room tuning in, saying, great match.
like
Each
you
league is
either.
close with impressive outs. I'm turning away from that
Read
subject because
that?
I
You
can't
read
answer that
or
one.
someone texted you or something.
No.
That's
The
like-
bullshitter
like
lawyers
you
have
have
me
a tattoo
preparing all
on
these
your arm
statements.
or
Don't you?
something.
It's like earlier. We respect all tournaments, so that even if they're not all created equal. Oh no. But I don't know. I mean, use your imagination is probably my actual answer to that one. 114 for Steven. Does have a chance. Not gonna happen.
88.
Dart Room, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Almost have my dart setup finished back here. I got the steel board back up. I got one of those Vertex stands where it leans against the wall, so I don't have to drill holes in my apartment. And then I got of course, I stole a bullshooter machine from my house, so I got the setup here. I got to work on put up some decorations, but I'm about ready to start streaming some darts out of here.
Well, Steve got that one. It's just been a back and forth match right now. They're both shooting around the same. They're not. No one's going crazy. So they picked up their averages just a little bit, which is good.
Well,
Makes for better darts.
if you look at their season so far, they're 4 matches in heading into this. Christians came into this match bottom of the group, 65.4 average, so he's just slightly above where he's been living this season. Steven here has been second to the bottom at 810. He's averaging right now at 68.28, so he's a little bit below where he's been for the season, but these guys basically within the margin of error of where they've been performing so far. But if you're Premier, as you said earlier, you got to be in the mid 70s. The top person in this group, Gary Brooks, sitting at a 74, Jason Brandon sitting at 81, Jason Bond at 81. So you got to be somewhere between 75 and higher to really have aspirations of making it out of the round robin.
41.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that's just that especially in this. Again, that's why these guys. That's why I believe the Express was going to fill up with the Premier guys, because they're going to want to play. And I know what they're really going to play the most. To be honest with you, is going to be cricket. Because you just can't play competitive cricket. Let's face it, anywhere. We're going to play competitive steel tip cricket. Nowhere. Zero. There is no other place. So that's why we're going to provide it. So DPFL, because again, everywhere you go, even at DPFL, we got cricket.
This is the moment here, guys,
everywhere
where we roll the clip of Steve McDowell talking about how much he hates steel tip cricket after I beat him on stream. This is where you play that clip right now.
Well, we no longer have to worry about doing a replay since you continually freaking say it anyway. So why why hit the return button when you already popping it off your mouth anyway?
God, I'm glad you missed me, Steve. I can feel how much you missed me right now. I hope you know that.
Oh, brother, wish you played golf.
I will sit there and drive that cart. I know what I am. A little bit of a blunder there from Steven. It looks like, I don't believe that was in the trip. Yeah, 28. So opportunity for Andrews to just kind of get back into the mix. He needs to leave a finish though to punish.
60.
Does not leave a finish. 178, no good. So I've been doing
Still think either one of them. Go ahead.
say again?
No, you've been doing what?
Oh, I have a new habit. It was just kind of an old habit resurfacing, I should say. Now that I have the steel board up, it's right by like where my living room
23.
connects to the kitchen. And so what I do whenever I walk by my dartboard, doesn't matter what time of day it is, doesn't matter if I'm leaving to go to work or whatever else it may be. If I walk by that dartboard, I have to throw until I hit at least 100 points in one turn.
32.
So I have to go until I at least 5 mark the 20s or whatever else may have you. And I won't stop until I hit that once. If I hit in the first shot, I just turn off my ring light and I go back to what I'm doing. But that's been my warm up, like my little like spontaneous practices I've been doing again.
Yeah, I never make it to work. So
I have run late to work once since reinstating this method.
there is a reason my steel tip board is in my back of my house sports room.
Oh, no way. Christian.
Oh, look at this.
114.
Better than Steve McDowell's attempts at the 146.
Oh, my internet went out just as he threw it. Come on.
Oh, that's first there. Well, 45 leaves 72. Not 100% certain. Definitely a errant dart.
I mean, heaven hold, I give tips on how to take a number out.
I would have to imagine it was a 17 play there because at least a single leaves a finish, and I think he just pulled it right. But you can do that same shot on the 20s there at 117 because a single 20 leaves 97, which is 57-38.
Yeah, but to shoot at a trip 15 is a little out of ordinary.
I have to imagine that was a 17 pulled right. I have to assume. Now this is more correct. Here we go. Swinging up. Does get it. 82 checkout for Krikorian. Christian Andrews almost takes out the 146 and then messes around with some double trouble. And now all of a sudden Steven's back out in front. He's 5 legs away from a win. 2 legs of separation. Christian definitely going to be focusing on defending his throw here.
Another good story today. So I go to Lowe's, right? We're going to build some Akis. We got to build the Akis for the things to make sure a little lighter, little different. So we get some plywood and all that good stuff. So I asked the gentleman and said, hey, I need to get some plywood.
83.
I need them cut in half. He says, all right, no big deal. What just happened? Oh, there we go.
Sorry, my bad.
So he says, no problem. How do you need? I need 35 pieces of plywood cut in half.
45.
He goes, now? I said, no, not right now. Just whenever you get a chance, I'll pick them up tomorrow. The next day, doesn't matter. Whenever you
Get a chance.
So, yeah, guy says, fine, gets it done. So there you go. I pick them up today. And as I'm pulling them out of the
26.
truck, I'm like, wait a minute. These are not even. So I measure one. One's 23 and a half. The other one's 24 and a quarter wide. I'm like, who's the moron that split? Okay, maybe you got one of them wrong.
41.
No, you got all 35 pieces wrong. So now when I go to Lowe's tomorrow, I'm going to be like, hey, you want to come to my garage and get all this wood out? Or what are you going to do for me? Because you cut them all wrong.
That's actually impressive. Are you sure you just didn't hire me to cut a bunch of wood? Because that sounds like something I would do.
Well, the reason you do it at Lowe's or Home Depot is because they have that little machine type setup. They just set it and they just put the thing down and they go and it splits it 10,000 times quicker, easier than what we can do it. And whoever the lack of better words, the nice guy who did it, not very smart, apparently they can't, divide obviously 48. Apparently doesn't know what half of that is.
See, this is where your dart math starts coming into play. You're going to show them, hey, this is how, if I was on a steel tip board, I would measure this piece of wood and see what happens.
86.
I do such random crap numbers. My dart math is absolutely phenomenal because everyone else is probably stuck on like the same numbers. I hit all the numbers. Since I hit all the numbers, my math is way better than anybody else's.
Hey, you take that, Alex Spellman. We have Steve hits all the numbers McDowell over here. Eat your heart out.
I'm not partial to just hitting 20s and 19s. I mix them all in.
108 here for Christian. 38 hit, 70 left. Trip 10 to leave 40. That was the attempt.
450.
53.
15 is half of trip 10. I like it. 164 and a dream. Not going to get started. Steven's done a couple shots there where he starts on the 18. That shot there, I'm staying at the 20 because I'm playing the whole time up there, or I'm starting at the 19 and staying there for 2 at the same segment. I don't think I'd do the 18 switch up there.
I can't commentate on Premier players.
You can. Sean Green is a professional commentator, and he sucks.
Oh, so that's who I played. Sean Green's brother.
You played what, Michael Walters?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
No, he beat me like a redheaded stepchild. I mean, it was absolutely embarrassing.
And that's where Sean got the gift of gab, and Mike Walters got the gift of kicking Steve's ass.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, he was
58 again.
Just a weird match. Just a weird match. It was so weird. It was weird. But he basically destroyed me, so it doesn't really matter.
Christian, double trouble once again. This is another moment now for Steven. If Steven takes 48, this is a prime moment in this matchup. I think this is probably one of the most important turns. Ooh, but it won't happen here.
Mercy.
And single 9 to clean up to leave. Yep, to leave 16.
32.
That is Uglyville.
Yeah, he threw that second dart so quick, and now Christian can't leave 3 clear again. He has to take this now.
Secondary.
Does do so again, stopping the rod, getting himself back into this mix. 1 leg difference. It's still favoring Steven at this point, but a 3 leg deficit versus a 1 leg deficit is massive changes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, these guys can go on a quick run. No one has lit up the board like a Christmas tree, though. So it's kind of strange. I'm waiting for someone to go 140, 140, 100. We're just not getting that out of these guys. We're getting a lot of scores like that even me and you could probably do.
They're making us feel like real dart players right now. I love it. As we're about to see a 180 here from Christian. No, I jinxed it.
So you say that. He just jams a 140 in.
the timing would have been perfect. I was ready for it.
Yeah, as soon as we talk shit, boom, shut up. That's how it works.
And that's
45.
life.
I had so many 45s last night. I could have called my middle name, could have been 45. It was terrible.
You're having one of those days?
85.
I didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter. He was playing quick too. I like playing quick, right? You keep throwing, get the stroke going on. I had nothing going on. It was just horrendous.
60.
But then again, I didn't play the week before because, well, why? The wife had another trip planned, so I went on more trips that I don't like going on. Just nonstop trips. And I know everybody's going, oh, woe is you. No, these aren't relaxing trips.
And then you meet Steve's wife. I'm just kidding.
Alcohol-induced gambling trips are just not relaxing.
Oh,
I'm not
Steve.
sitting on the beach somewhere watching the sunset go down.
I do like to picture that, though. I like to picture you just sitting there, getting a suntan, you're having a good time, maybe throwing the frisbee. You're over there recreating you and all the DPFL admins are recreating the Top Gun beach volleyball scene right now. I can see it.
Yeah. I don't even think I could play for like 5 minutes.
Well, Scott would be doing the diving, saving the volleyball scene because of how often he falls. So it makes sense.
32.
Yeah, he's probably a pretty good volleyball player with like a 5-inch vertical leap, I don't think Scott makes it off the ground far.
Shanghai 120 check does
third
go there for Christian Andrews. As that is going to be the moment that we're talking about is Scott his 5-inch vertical 7-7, and all of a sudden we're back to even. Pretty much you have to almost expect it at this point in the matchup, and a good 15-yard leg, by the way, from Christian Andrews.
Yeah, Christian has had some great outs. Steve's taking out kind of the normal ones, but Christian's really taking out the better, more impressive outs. Steven did have the one bull, which was cool. Double. I never met Christian, but Steve, I've met Steve May. Steve's a great dude. He is a really cool guy.
Honestly, I will say everyone I've met through this program, whether it be through the streaming or playing,
22.
or even a live event, they've all been such great people to sit around, chop it up with and have a good time talking darts. I mean, some good people in the program for sure.
Yeah, Krikorian though, man. Every time I see him at the live event, he's a cool cat. He'll talk to you as long as the day is. Man, he I mean, obviously premier guy. He's a great shot, but he'll always take the time to sit there and talk to you for forever long you want, which is kind of cool.
Oh, you love to see that. You really do. That's the best part, guys. If you go to a live event, you can actually get a chance to meet these people you see online, have a chance to have a conversation with them, ask them the questions you've always had on your mind and everything else. It's seriously my favorite part of the DPFL live event is being able to see these players talk it out with them. It helps you learn so much from a conversation with some of these guys, especially with our international participants that will be out there.
85.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if there's any more of the international guys that are coming. We're starting to fill up with the North American elites for sure. I've heard rumors, so I'm not going to say who it might be, but I've heard rumors of some other people across the pond coming. So until I actually get some type of confirmation, yeah, it's still be cool that these guys will be coming over just to play. I know Devin Peterson will be there. He's running a youth event. So if you have any youth dart players, make sure you bring them because he'll have a youth event there. And you can also see his academies that he has running for youth players to help them as well.
I love Devin Peterson, what he does for the darts team, man. That's a great representative to have back out there.
Yeah, no, he's another really humble, good dude when he comes to the live event. He'll talk to you. He'll play a game with you. He's all that stuff. He is a class act for sure.
Oh yeah, a true representative of the game, a gentleman and a scholar, and he's pretty funny too. If you ever have a chance to chop it up with him.
In the singles.
38.
Fireworks are going off in my neighborhood. It rains so much here, Nick. If there was no chance of setting fireworks off on 4th of July in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it rained mercifully. It was ungodly how hard it rained. Right at 8:30, 9 o'clock, all the way to like 11. And it did the same thing on Saturday night. So Friday and Saturday night, just complete rainouts.
Well, we had very nice weather over here in Illinois. It was a pretty nice somber day, honestly. So, that's a win for the move.
He's got 61. He goes bull.
Yeah, that's definitely a way I've seen before, right? Because 40, 30, what does that leave? 36?
36.
So, yeah. So those guys, again, if you hit the double bowl, then you're just going to hit 3 to a connection right there. But that's a great shot there from Steven. It's just one of the shots where otherwise you're looking at 61, and more likely you're still going to have to hit 2 singles because you're not going to go for the bowl. So they don't mind hitting the double bowl, but it's always about the single in that shot.
Nice shoot.
Not my preferred route, but I've seen it before.
The funny part is I won't remember any of this when I go to play my match. I'll just be in Blindville and trying to figure out how I'm going to screw up my next throw when I get down to the under 100. It's definitely But it's definitely a mind game on me now. Once I get below 100, it's like, how can you be that bad?
I do love your "you can't teach an old dog new tricks" approach to darts in life.
11.
No, this is terrible.
It's just terrible. Terrible.
It's just
terrible.
It's awful. Yeah, but my grandmother used to say that. Terrible. Just terrible.
Terrible.
From Maryland. Terrible. I used to go over her house and mow her yard when I was like 12. Used to drive my bike over there and mow her yard. And she had this yard that was, for the love of God, had to be 120 feet deep in her backyard. Long, straight, little house. But she had this ginormous yard. And I had to use an electric mower, push mower. And I would go over there and I'd mow her yard for her. And I'd go in the house. I remember going in the house, and it was my grandma. And she'd always have candy, but it was always the old, horrible, hard
59.
candy. And I'd have to sit there and have that and have the old, like, RC Cola or root beer. After I'm out there sweating like crazy, mowing a yard, I couldn't get a glass of water. I'm drinking root beer and eating candy.
123.
But I guess that's what grandmother's duty is. So
I was gonna say that sounds like a very much what grandmas are supposed to do from my general study of the grandmas of the world.
Grandma, just give me $5. I'm on my way. I gotta go.
Grandma, just trust the process here, Grandma.
85.
That was after I rode my bike. I don't know how many miles to get there. I think mom and dad dropped you off. I had to ride my bike there.
95.
Bill Smith asking, "Is this live?" Yes, this is live. And then he says, "What does DPFL stand for?" That's a Steve question if I have ever seen one.
You want the elevator version, or do you want?
Your elevators are way like you have to be like in like the biggest like Dubai building, the Burj Khalifa, or something, because your elevators are different than mine, man.
Yeah, it's like 150 floors. It is Dart Players Federation League. So Dart Players Federation League. It used to be Dart Players of Florida a while ago. And then when this thing started blowing up, I had talked to Tim. I'm like, man, you can't be Dart Players of Florida. We're all over the damn country in Canada. So when I took it over, I signed it under so the LLC is basically Dart Players Federation League. So there is what your standard DPFL stands for. So we do online darts, and we have tournaments all week long. And leagues will be coming October 1st all week long. So all that's been done through Dart Connect. That's all being set up or has been set up. So we're going to be ready to rock and roll with more leagues just to get people playing. And the live events, so I think they're going to double up. I think they're going to be doing so. It'll be good.
And we also got Ryan Brogan here saying Nick moved because he was scared to play Steve at an in-person tournament. I will happily play Steve on this fancy stage I keep hearing about.
Thank you, Ryan.
Don't know where this rumor is coming from. Like, I would not. I would wager. I think we should do a charity match. I think we pick the winner gets to pick the charity, and we just run it there.
Well, we will have a rather large stage. We can actually maybe we can shoot before RVB. And
yeah, we're the opener. We're the first card on the fight.
Well, yeah, because remember, like the first card or the first match is always the comedy warm up for what you're about to see. So we can have them yell out 22, over the loudspeaker, Owen Bink. So he'll yell out our numbers, and then obviously I'll just make sure everyone has plenty of alcohol free to watch our match, and there we go.
We might need some ourselves to play it. We're both there to work.
Well, once that starts, I'm pretty much done because that's right there. That's only the exhibition's only right there. That'll do itself because we don't have anything going on during that.
Oh, that's a little bit of a mess up there from Steven, by the way. Bust on the second dart, sorry, that's a bogey. He then chose to bust it. Let me rephrase. 72 gets a chance, and that's a great first dart at it. Can you use that? Oh, it wasn't a good marker.
It was a terrible. I blocked him, and that's why he threw it high. It blocked him. Was that a marker?
It was a bad marker, also known as a blocker.
It was a bad shot. It didn't go in. It's not. There's no such thing as a good bad shot. winner.
But there is. I want you to talk to Owen Banks or RVP.
Did you see him bend the dart?
Yes, he should bend the dart with your behavior right now. He should be bending all the darts.
Bending the dart. You're ruining your board and your flight and your dart.
Oh, I love that you like defend other people's boards for them. Like you're like, no, you gotta treat your board better. Like, like the biggest protect other people's dartboard advocate.
I so dread have to turn. I gotta turn my board, and I dread all the work it is just to turn the board. Because I see all these guys that turn theirs, and I'm like, my 19's getting kind of wore out. I need to turn it. I'm like, I won't take 5 minutes to do that. It's like, really? Would you just do it?
Yeah. By the way, everybody, make sure to rotate your dartboards when you have the opportunity. It really is good for them.
All right, my turn for 22.
Don't bend your darts. Don't do that. That's just you're making fun of the other player when you do that. You're showing off. Don't do that. There's no reason for it.
I am a big advocate. Keep bending your dart for no other reason than to keep Steve going.
Annoy the shit out of me? Is that what it is? Because that's what it does.
I implied that. I didn't say it.
Wiggleman was the worst. I mean, he had the waggle going on. Man.
Cheeseman.
I mean, he had the Wiggleman going on for sure. I mean, he had the constant wiggle. Like, here it is. Look at here. There's a wiggle. Like he was a damn fish lure. It's like, what are you doing? It's in there. They see it.
Oh, I love it. I keep wiggling away, everybody. I want to start doing it more. Like, you're motivating me to become a wiggling dart player.
Or like the dart bender where they just pull it down one whole way instead of we just yeah, I mean, I never, like I told you before, when a guy makes it dart, I mean, I'm looking to see if he's getting out of his hand. I don't know about you, but when I throw my darts, I always see that guy and my opponent pulling him out of the board. I should wait till he's done because it bothers me. And it's like, don't throw until he gets his darts and get out of the way.
Yeah,
so I got to throw exactly while he's pulling them, and I'm looking at his arm like, there goes a squirrel instead of while I'm throwing my dart. Don't look at his hand. Just concentrate on the board, and I can't manage to do that.
See, I don't know. I mean, as soon as my opponent calls out their score, I usually do get up and throw. But in person, it's quite the opposite, right? Because you kind of have to wait for them to clear the hockey, right? I take my time a little bit more in person. And sometimes I think in DPFL, I try to throw too quick when my opponent calls your score because I'm trying to get on with it sometimes, especially with long format. You sometimes try to find a rhythm, whether you should be trying to force it or not.
See, but that's what was weird last night, Nick, right? He didn't call his score. So I didn't call my score because I didn't really care, but it was the first time I really had no one actually call their score against me, like ever. So every now and then I would look down, but like I said, he'd throw his last dart and I would see the Dart Connect numbers move, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that's moving them. There's no way. And I'm like, I mean, like you said, maybe somebody was keeping score, but even if someone kept score for them, shit, they were fast. They were like a damn computer.
I mean, they could have just had someone there, like, to chalk for them.
It was very strange.
Well, I can tell you, Michael Walters is known for being very
highly suspicious. Highly, I got that from
13.
What is it? Ratatouille. Highly suspicious.
If you ask me in 2025 if I would be on a micro, like, go to when I was a youth player, when you met me and I was like a 16-year-old D-bag, and if you said Nick's going to sit one day 10 years down the line on the microphone with Steve and he's going to be quoting Ratatouille, I would have said you're lying to me.
I'm telling you, Ratatouille is a fan favorite of mine. Every year. Love Ratatouille.
You're absolute. That's the most correct thing I've ever heard you say on this live stream. Ratatouille is great. I am here for this energy.
Yes, I love me some Ratatouille for sure.
I hope like Will's just listening in the background, like, what the heck is going on with this DPFL live stream? This is what happens when we get over the hour.
It was highly suspicious that his numbers would flip before he would pull the darts out. And then he's pulling the darts and his numbers flipping. I'm like, it's impossible.
Well,
I mean, unless
Have
he
we
had a
considered?
board that counted for himself, but Dark Connect doesn't work that way.
Well, let's consider all the possibilities. What if he knew what he was going to throw before he throws it? He was just, and all he has to do is hit submit. Like he's that
Frickin'
confident.
Nostradamus? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Darstradamus.
140.
nah,
Nice shot.
He said,
Thank you.
nah.
nah, that can't be it. He shot pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I wouldn't expect you to start lying now. You're very truthful. If there's one thing
43.
you'll know about Steve McDowell, folks, if you've ever talked to him or not, he does not lie to save face. He will tell you how it is. Good, bad, and ugly. I like that.
That's a fact. I do not. I don't mix words, and I don't sugarcoat.
40.
Especially when it comes to business. Ooh boy, I don't sugarcoat at all.
I still love when Will met you for the first time when we were at DPFL live event, whatever one it was at the time, and he comes up to me after like seeing you like talk to one of the guys that were like setting up, and Will looks at me and goes, "Man, Steve is just a guy that gets stuff done, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's a way to describe Steve McDowell."
I don't have time.
85.
It's like my wife. I bring all the plywood. What the hell is that? I go. She goes, "Jack, could you possibly start now?" I go, "Well, no, I got to get these hockeys done, so we're going to work on some hockeys." And because the other hockeys we had were just too damn heavy. They were just too bulky, too heavy. They weighed too much, so we created a lighter, smaller, thinner, more. But we got to get them together. That's all. But I was like, "Why is it in my garage?" I go, "Now it can't be your garage if you don't clean the garage." I go, "And since I have to clean the garage, technically it'd be my garage. Technically, it could be her garage."
55.
The way you think, I
never get
wouldn't
to
be
use
surprised if
the
I read
garage.
a news article about something happening to you one of these days with the way you talk about these situations here. I'm on the look for it, man.
Say, let you know if I do.
96.
Oh, that's a good setup there from Krikorian. He gets all the way down to 20. Probably didn't get quite that low, but it's fine. You got 3 darts. You can hit it here. You just don't want to go inside on the first. Really want to drill this though. You don't want to give Christian the opportunities at a ton plus check. We found out time and time again.
I think he's been pretty good on that side of the board.
Oh, and that's a good marker for him too. He can work in on that barrel, but no, shanks it in.
Oh, look how that worked for him. Not a good marker.
Oh, Steve.
No such thing. There we go. 2. That's going to leave a mark.
28.
There is double 5. Could put you in Madville. We actually hit the 5.
Yeah, this is all outside for him and still staying outside. 42-32. Shot upcoming here for Christian Andrews.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what
where
I did.
Well, this is where the match gets a little tricky, right? I mean, you're into this match at this point. I mean, you're an hour and 20 minutes in, and now over to
he's gotta
double
go.
15.
He hit double
25 left. 49.
He hit double
Or,
5
yeah, 50.
instead of single 20. He needed a single 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it almost was a happy accident. Imagine he takes that out, right? But yeah, this is definitely
Yeah, that would have been brutal.
This is still the marathon part of the match, though, right? You're into it deep at this point. Both of these guys know that they have the ability to win it. They know they're in a position to win these matches. But it's an hour and 20 minutes in. You don't want to have this become a wasted effort. You need this to become a winning effort.
First shot. He really took his time to throw that one. Oh, there he goes.
Yes, he does give it a wiggle, though.
Hard. He gave it to Dart Bender. To Dart Bender on that one.
Well, he had to give it. He did dramatic pause into dart bender. That's the way to do it. They don't teach that in the academy, Steve.
I'd be throwing shit in my room right now. First off, it took him forever to throw the dart. Second off, he'd bending it down on me to show me he beat me. My sports room would be messed.
I really do think if I saw that you were in my round robin group, I would listen to your commentary because I would have all the secrets to be able to beat you as a player here. You really do like you just leave it all out on the table, huh?
Well, like I said, I didn't mind not announcing. I won't do that again, though. I won't do that again. The next guy's going to have to announce. So at least I hear it. You know what I mean? It was just weird not announcing it. And he lit phones while he plays because he said something about music. I'm like, well, I play music. So I don't care if you play music. Don't bother me at all. But I guess he just wore headphones, so he didn't announce his score. So not sure how. Again, I'm still baffled how his scores got in so quick, but don't really care. It didn't matter.
Oh, man. That's it. Someone tag Michael Walters in the chat. Let's get the answers here.
Well, it's not like he lit it up. He shot a 60 and I shot a 56. So
60?
This crap.
$100.
Wait till you see the stage. Stage is coming along, man. They showed me updates of it. They're the construction part of the stage, so the wall and all that good stuff. So it'll be interesting. I hopefully it comes out good, or I've spent 85. A lot of money for nothing. I'm gonna be pretty mad.
So yeah, you're talking to young entrepreneurs, Steve, in your younger adult days. Would younger Steve ever expect you to spend the amount of change that you probably spent on this wall? Would you be like, nah, you're making it up? There's no way. Oh, I think I lost Steve there for a second as I was making fun of him.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say that again because I lost you.
So you're talking to young, hungry business entrepreneur Steve McDowell, right? Like you're just getting in, right. You're on the grind. Would young Steve McDowell, what would his reaction be when he hears that you bought a big fancy wall?
Well, I guess the one thing if you've ever known of me, one, I'm never afraid to try an idea. I will never be that one. And if anyone, nothing becomes great without an opportunity to try something, right? So, they say, I don't know what movie I'm quoting or something. They said, the light bulb, Edison, did the light bulb or whatever it was. Oh, wow. It took him, I don't know, 1,000, 1,100 ways to figure out how to make the light bulb, right? But, he tried 1,100 times, but he finally got it right. The same thing in here with the darts. I'm going to try the wall. Is it going to work? I don't know. Am I willing to give it a try? Yes. Will I always give a opportunity? Yes. I just think that's, I think it's a chance to make darts better. And I think DPFL, if it can, and if I pull it off, will be the talk of the town. If it doesn't come off and it just looks okay, well then we'll try better next time. But I've had plenty of businesses, plenty of things. I've bought them. I've built them, I've sold them, I've this and that. So I'm not afraid to try something. And I think if this works, this pulls it off. If somehow I do this, and I think the dart world will be talking about it, at least the steel tip will, and we'll get people. They already love our setup, right? People always talk about our setup anyway. Mm-hmm. The setup's the best, by far the best setup. The steel tip, anywhere you go play. The resort is awesome. Reunion does a great job. It looks great in there, stuff like that. So if we can just finish it off, what in the world's we got going on here?
A single 12 for 40 is what he was trying to do. Accidentally hit a little bit extra juice on that squeeze.
What's he got left? What's that?
38
45
or 40? Sorry, excuse me. 28. So double 14.
Left. He's probably adding that up too. He's probably doing the same thing we are.
Yeah, 21 for 52, 12. Yeah, at least 28. 12, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. By the time he counted like we did.
Johnny Nolan saying, hello, everyone. Hey, it's my favorite DPFL admin. What's going on, Johnny? I hope Alan's still listening, and Scott. I hope you guys are listening. Johnny can't spell, but boy, does that boy mean good.
He tries hard, man.
Yeah, he's an up and comer.
When he does all of ours, he does a lot of stuff for DPFL. He obviously uses a AI or spell check, Chat GPT.
Yeah, well, everyone needs a little Chat GPT in their life nowadays. Sorry, Alan, didn't know you were still here. My bad. I didn't mean to say that.
You just said, I hope Alan's listening.
What are you talking about? No one roll that clip. Quick, roll the clip of me beating Steve McDowell and him playing about cricket.
What did you have a mute button on yourself or something? You just said, I hope Alan's still listening.
I just gaslight, gatekeeping, girl boss. The 3 G's of life, brother. Oh, yeah. Needs to correct. Does correct.
Nice shot, buddy.
He's one leg away from the win.
I love the sound of the birds in the background too. It's like nice, peaceful early morning. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
What if you had a parrot in the background? Then every time you threw the dart, it said, you suck.
I believe it's called Steve McDowell in my ear. It's
Cool.
what
I'm like, wow, it's like waking up having
Maybe I'll get
with the birds
one of those
chirping.
big parrots that can talk, and as I shoot a dart, it just abuses me as I play the game.
isn't it a race of 12 or are they done? There they go. Okay, I thought they were chatting up. I thought they thought it was over for a second.
What do you wonder?
But no, yeah, I will say my mom used to have birds in the house, and when I first started getting into darts, we had an old Cougar Valley machine, and I would play on it a lot. And let me tell you, a bird squawking in your backswing is one of the most rage-inducing feelings. But a bird consistently doing it makes you one of the most focused dart players you've ever seen.
Yeah, I play golf at a club over here with a guy named Blanchard. And
180.
Nice shot,
oh, there you go.
Wow.
Buck 80.
And that's on a match point leg. That's crazy.
He squawks like one of them birds when we're golfing, just nonstop, just chirp, 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 chirp. It never shuts up. But I used to play with a guy in Kissimmee golf, Bill Boswell, and he did the same thing. But being Bill always, so me, I chirp anyway. I'll chirp the whole time I golf. I chirp the whole time I'm playing darts. So I don't,
60.
talking crap or listening to noise don't bother me whatsoever. But dead silence drives me nuts. I don't know dead silence.
Yeah, the quiet room's the hardest room to play in. I can't disagree with that front at all. This is
so I'm kind of glad that darts is going that way where they're a little louder when people are playing. I like that better than just dead silence when people are shooting. No.
I agree. We need that energy. We need that crowd. Well, why we don't have that is because we don't have a proper fan culture in the U.S. to the same scale that Europe does. Europe has fans that don't really play darts that much. That just want to be there to sing and party, right? That just watch the game, and I think that's something that we need to continue to develop over here, and we'll get better over time as 170 is under a little bit of pressure here. That's a good shot from Christian.
Why did he go 19?
I think he just wanted to switch somewhere upstairs. He didn't want to do the top to bottom transition. Listen, I don't use 18 as a cover either. So
highly suspicious. Highly suspicious.
Everything is suspicious to you today.
You'll be saying that shit tomorrow, though. Highly suspicious.
First meeting of the day, I'm gonna bring that up. 126. It wasn't as low as Steven had in mind, but 19s should be the start here. Will he get a swing at the bull? Will he get something better? Needs to stay true. No, he pulled that dart. You have to stay true. Single 19 and leave bull. Trip 19 for double 7. Oh my goodness.
That was brutal.
Again, that correction on the last is helpful.
But not happy.
No,
I guarantee he's not happy.
Well, because now if Christian takes this, he gets the darts in the next leg. He's only going to have one dart to a double potentially. Will he get the double top? Oh, he really tried to force that dart in there. It looked like it could have been good.
Yeah.
Got caught on that flight. 36 for the match. Stephen Krikorian.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah, I should have waited like half a second before I started my spiel. I was like anticlimactic a little bit.
You just missed it. You just missed it being perfect.
Third dart.
Good shot,
There it
buddy.
is.
All right, let's take a
There
quick
it is.
moment here to talk with the players.
She was a real struggle, but we made her through.
There was some very ugly darts. I know that 39 by me, I just want to forget about and run away.
Man, there were so many, but the weirdest part was there were some good darts within there. Like we had a few good takers. I had a 157 out of nowhere, a 120. You had what was that one you took out the start of the match? 130 on the bullseye, right?
Yeah, on the double bull, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And gentlemen, that was a great match there. We had a lot of fun watching that one. Man, yeah, you guys are talking about it already. So, Christian, that 157, man. I mean, how are you feeling when that one went in?
I was feeling a lot better once that went in, but I couldn't carry it over.
Yeah, you guys had some really, it was neck and neck up here until the last little bit of a separation. I mean, Steven, were you feeling like early you had that 3-1 lead and then it kind of got back to chalk? Were you feeling a little bit of the back and forth heat there?
The best part was and I like matches like this because it was a back and forth, and you get a lead and then he comes back and it's like, oh, I got to hunker down again. And it's always a battle when you have these, but they're fun. Bad darts, good darts, it's always fun.
And then Christian, back to you here. Having a little bit of a rough go in the win column for this group play, but I mean, this experience and playing in this group. I mean, can you describe to somebody what it's like playing in the Premier League round robin to someone that maybe has never tried that?
I mean, like, there's some really good players in this division, and like whether you can keep up with them or you can't, it's great experience. And if anybody's got a chance to do it, I totally recommend it. It's a lot of fun, and all the guys are great, and I would recommend it in a heartbeat.
And then final question here for Steven. Steven, you got your second win of the season now. You trying to do a little bit of a comeback campaign here on your round robin play?
I'm going for it. I didn't really look until the other day and realized I got a shot to make that top 5. And this is the second time I've pushed myself out of A1 into the Premier. And I agree with Christian. It's the only way you can grow, and fortunate enough for me, I did get a CDC card, so why not play where everybody is that I have to face already? Take your lumps, take your bruises, move along, and just know you are playing some solid competition, and everybody in here has been amazingly nice. They're a great group of guys. I enjoyed playing Christian tonight, and if you're teetering that, should I or shouldn't I, take the leap. It's the best darts you're ever going to get. These averages weren't the best that we have, but it's the best competition you'll have.
Well, on that note, boys, thank you for playing on the stream. I mean, class performance from both of you guys. We really enjoyed watching the back and forth and up and down natures of this matchup, and best luck with the rest of your season, gentlemen.
Awesome.
Thank you much.
Thanks a lot. You take care.
All right, Steve. Well, that's a wrap for us here for our matchup tonight. Any final elevator pitches for you?
Well, no, you heard Steve say it right there. I mean, it is 100%. He understands. I mean, if you're going to play at this level, DPFL is, this is it. This is what's going to make you better. And the story, the local leagues, little things, just run around in tournaments across the country. Good luck trying to get better that way. That's a way to spend a lot of money. But DPFL at home, get your board set up, it's like practicing at home, except you're actually playing against guys who are, it's like playing the computer or something, at a harder level. And I think this only makes people better. These guys are 2 class acts. These guys are, playing in the Premier. It's very difficult. Each week, it's very difficult. So whether they win or lose, what are you going to do? You're still playing the best. So whether you go 0-4 or, you win your division, you're playing the best. So you've done something just to get in, just to get in that. In the Premier League is something to say. Don't worry about anything else. Damn, even making it there is an achievement because it's the best in the country playing in that.
Well, on that note, that will do it for us here tonight for our Season 12 Round Robin live stream. Had a lot of fun calling this one here with you, McDowell, and looking forward to driving the bus with you next week as well for another great matchup. Make sure to tune in Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for what is usually commentary, sometimes about darts, sometimes about literally anything else, like a 250 beer challenge. So thank you guys for tuning in, and looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good night, everybody.